turn around.
No.
Put your hand behind your back.
An intense encounter between a suspect and police.
I'm not playing games. Put your
I
hand
am not playing games.
Caught on the officer's body cam.
You're gonna get tased.
But this is no hardened criminal being taken down.
What the hell?
It's a middle-aged woman about to get the shock of her life. And Aranda Wendell's alleged crime?
It's a crime to leave the scene of an accident.
Is this a case of excessive force? How did a simple police interview about a fender bender
Do you understand I can take you to jail right now for hit and run?
That would be really weird.
turn into such a twisted mess?
I felt like it was a pretty shocking video to watch.
With a video going viral.
You're under arrest! You're under arrest! Stop it!
And a police chief red flagging both sides.
That conversation between the police officer and Ms. Wendell could have gone in two different directions, right?
Yes, absolutely.
It all begins on a sunny morning in Stuart, Florida, a couple of hours north of Miami. Aranda is on her way to work at a day spa when her car is hit in a minor accident, though she claims she didn't even realize there was serious damage to her car.
Chris.
Hi, Chris.
You know why I'm here, okay? Right, for this crash?
The encounter with Stuart police officer Chris Heitfeld begins innocently enough.
I gotta read you something.
But within seconds, he pulls out his Miranda warning card and reads Aranda her rights.
You have the right to remain silent, and you say it can be used against you in court.
Are you
have the right.
to me?
I'm just conducting my investigation, so I gotta read this if I'm gonna ask you a question.
Aranda defiantly puts her hand on her hip, setting the tone for what goes down next.
What happened?
I was driving, and there was somebody else driving really, really fast. Really fast. And they were swerving in and out, and like somehow hit the back of me. And there was like another car coming, and they didn't realize it was there, and I had nothing to do with it. I was just driving to work.
Well, you do have something to do with when you got hit.
But I had nothing to do with the accident.
You're involved in an accident. You have damage to your car. Why didn't you stop?
Why didn't I?
You felt the crash, right?
I felt that I got tapped, yep.
Why didn't you stop?
Because it wasn't an accident. In my honest opinion, I didn't think it was an accident. I
See
needed
the damage
get
to your
work.
car?
It's not that bad. It's a little thing on the corner.
Do you know under state law you have to stop
I did not
at
know
a crash?
that, sir. I
It
did
is-
not know that.
And you know it's a
and I did
criminal
not-
offense.
And I did not consider that to be a crash.
Oh, it's a crash.
Okay,
You
but
felt it.
I did not know that, which is why I didn't stop.
So your main reason is you were late to work?
No, I'm never late to work. I was on time.
Oh, you had to come to work, that's why you didn't stop, and you didn't think you were involved in a crash?
Correct.
Now listen closely. It's what Aranda says to the officer that turns a conversation.
Most people involved in a crash usually stop.
I didn't consider it being involved, honey. I'm sorry.
Don't call me honey, please.
Into a confrontation.
Well,
All right.
don't call me, then don't talk to me. How's that?
All right, turn around.
No.
Put your hand behind your back. I'm not playing games. Put your
I
hand
am
behind-
not playing games with you. Please,
You're gonna get tased. Stop resisting.
off of me. What the hell?
You're gonna get
Get
tased.
down.
You're under arrest. You're under arrest. Stop it.
Off of me.
During the struggle, the body cam is knocked to the floor. You can hear Aranda on the floor kicking and screaming.
Now you got battery on a wheel.
You're gonna get tased. Turn around before you get tased.
And then the electric charge of the taser, sending thousands of volts of electricity into her body.
Turn around. Get on the ground. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your head. On your back.
Aranda is in custody, screaming out why she believes she was arrested.
I called him, honey. That's why.
No, because you resisted, and then you
I
tried to the stairs, and then you tried to kick us. Where's the other one?
Because you were hurting me.
No.
Once in handcuffs, the officer tells her why she's under arrest.
Listen. So now you're going for resisting without violence and resisting with violence for kicking us.
Well, you were throwing me out. You get to be violent with me?
That's
The video encounter might have been filed away in the police evidence locker forever until award-winning investigative reporter Melissa Holzman unearthed it for the Treasure Coast newspapers.
How did you uncover this story?
We decided to look into our 3-county area that we cover to see exactly how aggressive the police had been in this area when it comes to encounters with the public. Before I interviewed the police chief, I found out her arrest was captured on body camera video. So, of course, being a reporter, body cam video, really? Okay, where is it?
Even after Aranda is in custody and on the way to the squad car, the argument continues.
You only arrested me because you didn't like me saying, honey.
The video's release forced Stewart Police Chief David Dias to explain the out-of-control situation. He says both Aranda and his officer should have handled things differently.
I think that both of them had some sarcasm, and there's no doubt that the officer could have used a little better tact in his approach. However, Ms. Wendell had choices as well. She could have stayed at the scene of the accident. She didn't have to resist the officer when he told her he was under arrest.
But can you understand why, a person who maybe doesn't have a criminal record, has never had any communication with an officer, is all of a sudden being arrested and you're like, wait a minute, I didn't do anything.
Absolutely.
The chief says the cops did nothing wrong by tasing Aranda, and it was within department policy because she was heavily resisting.
She was obviously a pretty scrappy person, so the two officers felt that they weren't able to, bring her under control to get her hands behind her back.
Interestingly, this isn't the only case where someone alleges Officer Heitfeld went too far.
He has had accusations of verbal problems that we have been addressing, yes.
Oh, other people have complained about his...
Communication skills.
Or his way.
Yes.
Crime Watch Daily uncovered another lawsuit claiming Heitfeld roughed up a woman at a waterfront restaurant after she got into a dispute with a valet. In the lawsuit, SABRINA Chase claims Heitfeld threw her to the ground, kneed her in the groin, crushed her hand, wrist, and face into the paving, and then handcuffed and slammed her into the patrol car. The charge of resisting arrest was dropped, and the police are asking the suit be dismissed. Chief Dias says when he and the state's attorney saw the video with Aranda, they decided to drop all the charges.
So that type of a case has not very high jury appeal, so their belief in their ability to win the case was not high.
But still angry, Aranda sued the city, claiming physical suffering, humiliation, and emotional damage. She agreed to do an interview with Crime Watch Daily, but canceled at the last minute.
She says that she's been diagnosed with PTSD as a result of what happened to her here, that she's constantly fearful of police now.
Aranda eventually settled out of court for $20,000, demanding the officer receive sensitivity training.
I'm just a girl. Why would you treat me like that?
For now, she's back at work at her day spa, and the officer is still on the beat.
It certainly is not the most flattering videos to come out for the Stewart Police Department, but you sat down and you wanted to talk to us. Why is that?
I think it's important for people to understand that there's two sides of the story.
I am not playing games.
You're gonna get taped.
Now, after seeing the video and hearing both sides, what do you think? Was the officer just doing his job, or was it excessive force? Join the debate right now on our Facebook page.